Tomorrow, as Senator Grace Poe will hold an urgent hearing so the group may raise its concerns on the jeepney modernization program. Malacanang vows to hold to account those involved in the dengue vaccine controversy, as tens of thousands of children are at risk of getting seriously sick. And will Ateneo snatch the crown from the De La Salle Green Archers in tonight's UAAP basketball finals? Find out.
This program is presented by Bank of Commerce, an affiliate of San Miguel Corporation.
Good evening, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us. Our top story tonight, Transport Group Piston calls off the two-day nationwide strike scheduled tomorrow and on Tuesday. It heeds the call of Senator Grace Poe to let the Senate tackle concerns regarding the jeepney modernization program. Our Makoy Popioko has the details.
Na-appreciate natin itong pag-welcome ni yung pag-apila sa atin ni Senator Grace Poe. At dahil dyan, ay napagdesisyonan natin na magbigay daan sa apila ni Senator Grace do sa public hearing.
Piston President George San Mateo says he's ready for the Senate hearing on Thursday when the Senate Committee on Public Services gathers stakeholders to thresh out issues on the jeepney modernization program. Committee Chairperson Senator Grace Poe earlier appealed to Piston to call off their two-day transport strike pending the upcoming urgent hearing. She now welcomes the decision of the group and hopes the hearing will allow both sides to raise their concerns. San Mateo is looking forward to facing Transportation Secretary Art Tugade in the Senate hearing. He's accused Tugade of harassment and for not talking to his group to hear their proposals. The Transportation Department has sued San Mateo for organizing a nationwide strike in February this year. It also threatened to cancel the franchise of jeepney operators joining the protests. Even with the strike called off, LTFRB board member Eileen Nizada says they will still deploy government vehicles for free rides on Monday morning.
We have directed the head of the enforcement to direct all enforcers to check the terminals of Piston as well as the routes involved. Then we will decide tomorrow before noontime if we will proceed with the monitoring the whole day. We will not rely on the press con. We cannot afford surprises for the riding public.
As for the passengers, they're relieved no strike is taking place.
Mas maganda para makabiyahe kami ng walang sagaban.
Mas maganda naman na hindi na ituloy yung strike kasi maraming tao maapektuhan. Mas pabor ako kasi yung mga anak ko pumapasok eh.
They're also appealing to government officials and protesting transport groups to declare a truce in the spirit of Christmas, as they expect traffic congestion to worsen in the coming weeks. Still, San Mateo vows to organize more aggressive protests before the year ends. As President Rodrigo Duterte has said, the modernization program rolls out this January. Makoy Popioko, CNN Philippines.
After Transport Group Piston said it's calling off the two-day planned jeepney strike, some schools announced they're resuming classes tomorrow. Classes in all levels in Guagua, Pampanga and Camarines Sur will push through Monday. The local governments there earlier canceled classes due to the planned strike. No word yet if Albay will follow suit. Piston may have canceled its planned strike tomorrow, but the Transport Coalition is still against the jeepney modernization program. As the government prepares to put on the road 5,000 new jeepneys by January, our senior correspondent Ruth Cabal looked at prototypes of these modern jeepneys. Here's part one of her special report.
From these to these. By next year, the so-called modernized jeepneys are plying our roads. Under the Transportation Department's modernization program, the new Jeeps need to use clean fuel and follow stricter emission standards, or better yet, have them run on electric or solar power. On top of these, the jeepneys must have free Wi-Fi for passengers, CCTV cameras, a global navigation satellite system, and a fare card reader. The Trade Department also has its own set of standards for modernized Jeeps, based on the size of the vehicle, the number of passengers, and provision for cargo. The jeeps may have parallel seats like the existing jeepneys or forward-facing ones, and the entrance is on the side.
This type of jeepney is air-conditioned. It's like a bus, but a bit smaller. It can seat up to 19 passengers, but standing passengers are not allowed. It also has a special platform for persons with disabilities so that they can come in, even on their wheelchairs, and sit and ride comfortably in the front part of the jeepney.
Euro 4 kasi sa nagkukumply sa ating Clean Air Act na mas malinis ang emission niya kaysa doon sa Euro 2. Mas efficient siya, mas malaki ang saving.
This Jeep runs on a Euro 4 engine. Another prototype, an electronic Jeep, which is smaller and targeted for short-distance routes. It uses a lithium-ion battery. Manufacturers will set up charging stations in places like gasoline stations.
Wala siya exhaust talaga. Wala siyang pollution. It's more like an issue of ecology and economics So ecology is easy to answer, no? Dahil pollutant yan. Yeah. Because they're old and they're actually surplus or rejected engines na from Japan.
But these modern Jeeps are not cheap. The smaller units cost about 700,000 to 800,000 pesos, while the bigger ones can reach up to 1.6 million pesos. The Transport Department, however, says there's a financing program to help drivers and operators. The agency expects to pilot test the program and put on the road up to 5,000 new jeepneys by January. But several transport groups led by Piston vowed to oppose the jeepney modernization program, calling it a corporatization of the public transport industry. Worse, it could leave up to 500,000 jeepney drivers jobless. Ruth Cabal, CNN Philippines.
In part 2, we look into the proposal of groups opposing the program and why it's important to modernize jeepneys without letting go of the original look of the national icon. We have this breaking news from the UAAP. The Blue Eagles takes this year's UAAP Men's Basketball Finals. Our Paulo Del Rosario joins us on the phone from the Araneta Coliseum. Paulo, what a game. Tell us all about it.
What a game. I'm at the court right now where the two schools are paying tribute to each other, singing the alma mater songs. They'll beat 88-86 in Game 3 of the UAAP Finals. Number 2 in the very dramatic contest.
Paulo, we'll try to get you back on the phone. We'll just fix your line. Paulo Del Rosario there, giving us the latest from the UAAP Men's Basketball Finals. The Ateneo is the winner of the UAAP Season 80. Final score 88-86. In tech news, iPhone users, don't be surprised if you see your phone rebooting itself over and over. That started happening to iPhones all over the world Saturday morning thanks to a software glitch. The bug is affecting the phones that use apps with a notification feature such as workout or medical apps. Apple later released an update of its iOS 11 operation system. The updated version is called iOS 11.2. If your phone is still acting up, Apple says you should go to the settings, turn off your notifications, and manually install the update. Miss Universe Demi Lee Nell Peters is coming to the Philippines. The reigning Miss Universe will be joined by Miss Universe 2016. It is Mitena and some of this year's contestants for a series of events. They will grace the Department of Tourism's Women of Significance Gala Night, and they will join a fashion show. Miss Universe organization announced it on its official page. No particular date was mentioned as to when they're arriving in Manila. Megastar Sharon Cuneta reunites with the bad boy of Philippine cinema, Robin Padilla, in the romantic comedy Unexpectedly Yours. Speaking to CNN Philippines, Sharon says Robin is her favorite leading man. She says working with Binoy was always a pleasure, and they had so much fun on set that obviously translated on screen.
It's really a feel-good movie, and for a rom-com, it has some substance to it. It's not just, and of course it was directed by Kathy Garcia Molina, who's really kind of come up with the most number of recent rom-com hits. So she really knows what she's doing, and we really had a fun time just putting this whole movie together. Every character talaga, every characterization was really emphasized, all of us, the four of us.
Sharon also talked about how it was working with one of today's hottest love teams, Joshua Garcia and Julia Barreto. She describes them as very professional and really talented. And after decades in the industry, the megastar says she's at the point in her career where she might want to slow down.
I might retire soon. When I say retire soon, I'll probably come out when there's something nice that I would like to do, like maybe a movie every 2 years or so. But it will really depend on how, you're going to take me out of my house and force me to work till late. They better be good projects.
As of December 1st, Unexpectedly Yours has already earned 50 million pesos at the box office. Going back to our breaking news, at the UAA, yung planned 2-day strike nila that was supposed to begin tomorrow dapat. Pero napakinggan nila yung request ni Senator Grace Poe na maghihiring muna sila on Thursday para pag-usapan yung mga hinaing nila at yung concerns nila over this jeepney modernization program. So si Makoy Popioko ang nagbalita sa atin ng latest dyan sa nakanselang transport strike. Also, coming up, marami pa tayong storya, no? Yung Dengvaxia controversy, itong dengue vaccine scare dahil sa statement ng pharmaceutical company na Sanofi na yung mga hindi pa nagkakadengue ay at risk daw po na magkasakit, ano? At they called it a severe disease. They're at risk of getting severe disease or illness kung hindi pa sila nagkakadengue tapos they received this dengue vaccine. Ang problema po, 700,000 children ang nabigyan na ng vaccine dito sa Pilipinas. That started in 2016 under the DOH dengue vaccination program. Tapos, at risk daw po dito, 10% of that 700,000, so that's 70,000 children may be at risk of getting sick. Ano? So, mag-monitor ngayon yan ng DOH at they're appealing also to the LGUs to help them monitor kasi kailangan nila malaman yung medical history also of these students and these children who got the dengue vaccine. So, abangan nyo yan. May storya tayo from Joyce Ilas on this dengue vaccine controversy at may mga reaction na rin si Vice President Leni Robredo and si Senator Win Gatchalian. Stay tuned for more stories. This is the Newsroom on CNN Philippines. Welcome back. Malacanang vows to leave no stone unturned in holding to account those responsible for the dengue vaccine scare. The Health Department has put the dengue vaccine program on hold after Sanofi Pasteur revealed its dengue vaccine called Dengvaxia may cause severe illness. Now, tens of thousands of children may be at risk. Our Joyce Ilas tells us more.
The Health Department says about 70,000 children who were vaccinated with Dengvaxia and who never contracted dengue before are at risk of suffering from a more severe case of dengue after 30 months of being vaccinated. This after Sanofi Pasteur, the maker of Dengvaxia, reported that while it can prevent dengue for at least 30 months, cases of a severe disease may occur later on among those who were vaccinated but not previously infected with the dengue virus. The Department of Health reports that since 2016, more than 700,000 children ages 9 and above were given at least one dose of the dengue vaccine Dengvaxia in several parts of the country. Of this number, the DOH says only 8 to 10% or about 70,000 children have not had dengue yet.
In the light of this new analysis, the DOH will place the dengue vaccination program on hold, while review and consultation are ongoing with experts, key stakeholders, and of course, the WHO.
The DOH cannot explain yet how severe the dengue fever will be if it is contracted by children who have never had dengue when the 30-month protection period is over.
Hindi nga maliwanag sa atin, ano ba, what constitutes severe disease, di ba? So we're awaiting their reply. So hanggat hindi pa sila nagre-reply, mahirap naman pangunahan natin sila.
DOH officials tell parents not to worry and to monitor their children and report any unusual symptoms. To mitigate the problem, the DOH will conduct mandatory history taking on patients who received the vaccine, as well as all hospitalized cases of those who are immunized, regardless of symptoms, and mandatory investigation of any issues related to the immunization. This surveillance system will be in place until 5 years after a vaccination.
Yung severe disease ay hindi naman nangangahulugan lahat mangyayari yan, no? Ngunit aantayin pa rin natin ang pinakahuling ulat or update mula sa Sanofi at ang WHO.
The World Health Organization recommended the use of Dengvaxia in 2016 in areas where dengue is highly endemic based on Sanofi information at the time. The Food and Drug Administration says Dengvaxia underwent clinical trials to ensure safety and efficacy. The latest analysis is only an update.
It will not get an FDA approval if we don't have, if the documents are not complete.
In 2016, the DOH spent more than 3 billion pesos to buy Dengvaxia. To date, there are still almost 800,000 doses that have not been used, amounting to almost 800 million pesos. Many of these doses will expire in August next year. Joyce Ila, CNN Philippines.
Sanofi says it will hold a press conference tomorrow at 10 a.m. for updates. Vice President Leni Robredo also speaks up on the issue. She's calling for urgent answers from those involved in the controversy. On her weekly radio show, the Vice President says, quote, kailangang masusing pag-aralan at panagutin yung mga kailangang managot, unquote. The Vice President adds authorities must immediately address the issue, especially for the parents of children who got the vaccine. Senator Win Gatchalian is also weighing in. He says the health department should do more to stay in control of the dengue vaccine scare. Gatchalian says the agency should tap local government units to help reassure parents of the students who had been immunized. He adds local officers need to be deployed efficiently as they are the government's frontliners during such emergencies. Still ahead, a display of visually arresting and abstract art. We give you a peek at an exhibit called Strong Materials. This is Newsroom Weekend on CNN Philippines. Stay tuned. Hello to our viewers on Facebook Live. Thank you po for joining us tonight. Marami na po akong babatian, ang dami na rin bumabati sa atin dito. Salamat sa iyong mga greetings. Si James Brown says, hi, CNN Philippines watching from London, Baculio family. Also, si Lyndon Losaria is watching us from Ireland. Hello to you. Randy Romelo watching from Germany. Si Gemma Calendro Villamosada, nag-comment siya tungkol sa jeepney modernization program. Sabi niya, para sa ikauunlad ng bayan, go, go, go modernization of jeepneys. And I'd like to say hi to Alicia Seroy from Bacoor City in Cavite. Si Tony Chemsin is watching. Hello, Tony. And si Frankie Goiton says, hello, wish you a lovely, happy Sunday afternoon from the USA. Si Arnel Dizon Basco is sending his greetings. Hello to you also, Arnel. He says, good evening, CNN Philippines. Congratulations, Ateneo Blue Eagles, for winning the UAAP Men's Basketball Championship. He's watching from the Riyadh TV Center. Also, si Reynante Zoreta Ray is saying hi. Hello from Abu Dhabi. Take care to you too. Now, I'd like to also give a shout out to many others watching us from all over the world. Si Jongjong Suwiko Ata says hello, and he's watching us from Jeddah. may comment naman siya doon sa tungkol sa dengue vaccine controversy. Sabi niya, managot ang dapat managot. Sa kapalpakan ng bakuna na yan, bakit minadali yan? Delikado pala sa kalusugan ng mga bata. So abangan nyo, may press conference daw ang Sanofi bukas ng umaga para magbigay ng update doon sa kanilang report. Siguro na sinabi nila, di ba, yung mga hindi pa nagkakadengue ay at risk of getting sick pag pabakuna sila ng Dengvaxia. So may update sila siguro, they will clarify and they will explain better kung ano nga ba yung ibig nilang sabihin sa severe disease na sinabi nila dun sa report nila, dun sa public disclosure nila na ni-release nila in Paris last November 29. Marami pang mga greetings dito, guys. Salamat ha. Si Ronnie Yasay is watching from Al-Khobar in Saudi Arabia. And si Dante Bantog Peleño says, hello, watching from Malaysia. Si Christianity Kui says hello. Tapos si Myra Gavanes Henriksen says, good evening from Denmark. Si Norman Hernandez is saying hi from New Zealand. Si Irene Helak watching from Japan. Si Jonghi Verana Park watching from South Korea. And si Tony Tobias, shout out to Tony, says good evening. Stay tuned for more stories, guys. The news is back with more stories. Artists, art enthusiasts, and collectors come together for the first solo art exhibit of the newest member of the prestigious Saturday Group, former PCSO General Manager and lawyer Joy Rojas. Trisha Tarada tells us his story.
Joy Rojas calls his exhibit strong material, a display of his art that's visually arresting and abstract, brimming with vivid colors with a skillful use of his impasto technique. The contemporary abstract artist says the pieces reflect moments and journeys in his life.
Nothing's exactly planned. It just came along doing each canvas. Like, it would depend on your mood. And also inspired by my wife, Patricia here. Especially some of the colors, which are her favorite, the blues.
I want to congratulate him because I've seen how hard he worked. And I think the development has been fantastic. I also see how the art relaxes him.
His travels and his encounters have both enriched his craft.
I'm inspired by my veteran colleagues and by the other members with their works. I've learned a lot from them. My other inspirations also come from places where I have been. From abroad, the colors of like Moscow, St. Petersburg, or the colors of the Four Seasons of Amherst, Massachusetts, where I went for college. Those also gave me the inspiration to have all these vivid colors.
He also gives credit to his Saturday Group friends who encouraged him to hold the solo exhibit. The prestigious group is composed of prolific artists like H.R. Ocampo, Cesar Legaspi, Manansala, and Mauro Malang Santos. Rojas was warmly welcomed as one of the group's newest members.
We're actually very impressed because this is his first one-man show. And it wasn't very long ago that he was a collector, one of our biggest collectors.
Si Attorney Joy is very generous, one of the thoughtful and generous person I've met. So with these works naman, parang it's really, you can see yung materials na very generous din yung kanya execution. So we are all impressed with his first one-man show.
Within a short period of time, you can see his passion. He was able to produce this body of works in just a short period of time. So talagang hindi lang magaling na attorney, kundi he's a really good artist.
Rojas says anyone may visit his solo exhibit at the Saturday Group Gallery at the EDSA Shangri-La Plaza East Wing.
We would like to invite all of you to come to his show. This will run for 1 week.
He believes the country is a home to a lot of talented artists and hopes more people would appreciate them and their work. Trisha Tarada, CNN Philippines.
In Hollywood, actor Chris Pratt has filed for divorce from his wife, Anna Faris, citing irreconcilable differences. The couple had been married for 8 years. Pratt, best known for his Guardians of the Galaxy role, filed divorce documents Friday. He's seeking joint custody of their 5-year-old son, Jack. Now, good news for Star Wars fans. Nissan went all out with its Star Wars tie-in at the Los Angeles Auto Show. Last year, Nissan produced one Star Wars-themed vehicle for the event to coincide with the release of the movie Rogue One. This year, Nissan made 7 to promote the soon-to-be-released film The Last Jedi. But wait, they aren't for sale. They were only created to promote the brand and show how Nissan cars can be customized.